Hey brothers, welcome back to the channel. Great to have you here. Today, we're tackling a tough one, marriage and its hidden edges. Why do some married women turn out to be easier to sway than you'd expect? You've heard the line, it's all love, trust, and a lifelong bond. But what if it's more about duty, a steady check, or fear of shaking things up? Think of her, vows made, yet quietly craving a spark beyond that promise. Here's the deal, fellas. People don't always fit the happy ever after mold. She might play the loyal wife, but inside, she's chasing a thrill elsewhere. And for the right guy, that ring doesn't lock her down as tight as you think. I'm bringing you this through a Stoic's eyes. Not to judge, but to see it clearly. This channel's about facing facts so you can hold your ground no matter what. Marriage can seem rock solid, but often it's just routine keeping it afloat. She sticks around not from devotion, but because change feels too big. That comfort, though, it gets old, and boredom invites trouble. We're digging into it today, why she drifts, how cheating sparks, and the emotional traps waiting. If you figure a vow keeps it safe, stick with me. This'll open your eyes. It's for you, Stoic men in search of truth, who want the raw truth. No chaser, no fluff, just the Stoic take to keep you steady in the chaos. You'll see why self-control trumps chasing ghosts every time. Thanks for sticking with me. Slam that like, smash subscribe, and let's dive. The only thing you own is how you handle what's coming. Let's get real. 1. The hidden shift in a married woman's mindset. Let's kick this off with a hard look at what happens inside her head once the ring's on. Before she's hitched, a woman's got her game tight. She knows her worth and plays it smart. She's picky and deliberate, holding just enough back to keep you guessing and working for it. Her attention, you don't get that for free. She makes you earn every glance, every smile. It's no fluke, it's a quiet plan, even if she doesn't clock it herself. By keeping you on your toes, she reels in a guy who's steady, loyal, and ready to bring the goods, emotionally and in the bank. She gets that the chase pumps her value, and she rides that wave like a pro. But once she's married, the whole setup flips, fast or slow, it's coming. She's landed her target, a man who's her rock, her paycheck, her ticket to taken status. That drive to prove she's a catch, it fades out. She's already won the prize in her mind. The role she rocked, hard to get, mysterious, making you sweat for her love, gets shelved. She doesn't need to filter the crowd anymore. She's got what she was after. And right there, something dies. The buzz of being chased, the spark that lit up the early days. It's not instant every time, but it's a lock. When she stops needing your pursuit, she eases off the gas. Maybe she's less warm, less into the little things, or just checked out from what used to matter. Don't get it twisted, she might still love you, but the game's done, and so is the edge that kept her in it. That magic she had, elusive, a puzzle you couldn't quit solving. It's gone, brothers. Without that juice, she starts itching for something fresh to shake things up. Boredom rolls in, not because you're different, but because the vibe's shifted. You're not the trophy she's chasing anymore. You're the furniture, the sure thing, the everyday. She wanted that stability once, sure, but now it's flat next to the pull of the unknown. New vibes, a shot of spontaneity, anything to break the grind. She's drawn to it. That's why even women in good marriages start fishing for a boost outside the lines. Could be a nod from another guy, a scroll through social media, or some wild move to feel hot again. For you, man, this can sting like a slap. You busted your ass to win her, only to see the rules rewrite post "I do." You're left wondering why her eyes don't light up for you anymore, why the heat's cooled off, why she glued to her phone or soaking up strangers' looks instead of yours. You might double down, get sweeter, do more, replay why she picked you way back when. But here's the kick. That often just digs the hole deeper. She's not clocking your effort like before. The snag isn't you dropping the ball, it's her not feeling the need to step up anymore. Now, a Stoic doesn't crumble here. He doesn't grovel or beg her to spark it up again. He doesn't chase her glow like some lost pup. He pulls it back, reclaims his own damn fire. He stops being the predictable yes man, always there, always bending over backwards. Instead, he flips the script, not for her, but for him, because that's where the power sits. He turns into the guy she couldn't take her eyes off, driven with his own path, his own grind. That's the move. Remind her what hooked her without saying a word, just living it. See, comfort's not her drug, excitement is, and a man who gets that holds the reins. This shift blindsides a lot of guys. Years in, they're still scrambling to figure her out. But you, brother, you're 30, 40, maybe 60. You've seen enough to smell the change coming. She's not the riddle she was when you met. She's settled, and that's where the drift starts. You poured sweat into being her rock, but now she's restless. Not mad, just bored. Some hit the gym, some flirt at the bar, some scroll for likes. It's all the same hunt. The Stoic lens says, don't flinch, don't fix her, fix you, because you can't control her mind. You thought locking it down meant game over, but nah, it's a new round with new stakes. She's not plotting to leave, she's just feeling the itch of what else is out there. So you don't pout, you pivot, carve your own lane, let her see you're still that man. Age gives you this edge. You know life's too short to cling to what's slipping. A woman doesn't ditch thrill for cozy forever. She'll sniff it out somewhere if you go soft. Stand tall, keep your mystery, and she'll remember why she bet on you once. That's the play. Control what's yours, let the rest fall where it falls. Stoic as hell. 2. The hidden desires of married women. Hey fellas, let's peel back the curtain on what's stirring beneath that wedding ring. Most see it as a lock, a quiet signal she's done with the dating game. But for some women, it's a tricky beast, a badge of safety and a spark for something restless. You'd bet a married woman's off limits, shut tight to temptation. Nah, it's not that simple. Some don't just soak up stray looks. They go looking, and it's not about trading in their guy. Love might still be there. It's not the issue. This is about dodging the rut of routine. Even the hottest marriages settle into a groove. The sizzle fades to a hum over time. What used to spike your pulse turns predictable. Steady's good, but it's low on fire. That calm's cozy, sure, but it lacks the kick of new heat, the buzz of what's around the bend. She was once the prize, wanted, chased, lighting up rooms. Now it's chores and checklists. Love hangs on. Don't twist it, but it shifts. Less about sparks, more about sharing the load. That's not a flaw, but it leaves a gap, and through it slips an itch for something alive. She's hungry for a jolt, quick, untamed, the feeling of being craved, raw and real, not boxed as wife. Think men always start the stray? Nope. Some stats flip that old tale on its head. Word is, 60% of guys have crossed paths with a married woman. 40% say she lit the match. That's no typo. She's not just waiting. She's moving, maybe with a smirk or a bold step. A linger here, a tease there, or flat out jumping fences. She's got her hands on the wheel. This isn't survival, it's a chase for want, sparked by what home can't cook up anymore. The pulls in the shadows, the hush of it all, slicing through the everyday blur. Her man's the worn path, his habits, his quirks, his dents all laid bare. A side guy, he's the wild card, dangling maybe over the done deal she knows too well. Quick glances in a crowd, low words packed with secrets, the rush of the off-limits. It's electric. That bruise a hit, tough to skip when you're thirsty for something that snaps you awake. Not every flirty move means she's bolting. Sometimes it's just a taste to shake the dust off. Years of same old can dim her shine. A little play brings that glow back online. Others poke the line. Can I still reel one in, still make 'em turn? But when she dives deeper, it's not about replacing him. It's grabbing a lost vibe. So what's the hunt? Fire in her veins, a nod she still got it, or a break from the script. Each one's got her own trigger, but the rhythm's steady as a drumbeat. When marriage loses its edge, duty takes the wheel. Damn turns to A, and the door creaks open. Love's not gone. It's just that what if pulls harder than what is some days. Now, the Stoic in me says, don't clutch at her reins, fellas. You don't own her fire. She's not your puzzle to solve or your bird to cage. She's running her own track. Her want doesn't mean you're the bad guy. It's her wrestling with her own skin. She might not pack a bag, but she's dreaming of a zip that's faded from the daily grind. Some test it light, some go all in. It's her call, not your cross to carry. Facts line up. Women stray too, not just us. And that's no headline worth flinching over. He's the shiny could be to your solid been there. It's the gap, not the guilt trip. Here's your play. Hold your own line, keep your cool, let her hunger run its course. She's after a flicker, not a finish. See it for what it is, and stoke your own heat. That's the Stoic move. Know the board, work your squares, let her roll her own dice. 3. The emotional gamble of involvement with a married woman. Let's go together and get into the messy waters of getting involved with a married woman. You step in, figuring it's a hot escape, some spice to cut through the grind of your week. The sneaky texts, late-night meetups at a dive bar, her picking you over a night in. It's a rush. But that buzz, it's a trap that can flip your world before you even smell the smoke. This isn't a one-night stand. It's got weight, a hook that's right there, but never yours to hold. She's got her life locked down with someone else, yet she's slipping you a taste. It's a mind bender. You kick it off cool, telling yourself it's just bodies, no big deal, nothing to lose. Then you're grabbing coffee at odd hours, laughing over dumb stuff, and it starts creeping in. You catch yourself daydreaming. She's done with him, rolling up to your place with a suitcase. You think, give it time, she'll see I'm the one. But reality's got a brick wall waiting. She's not hunting for a new husband. She's after a hit of freedom, no strings, no mess. Ditching her mortgage, her kids' school run, and her Sunday roast gig for you. That's a pipe dream. Truth hits hard. She's playing with a stacked deck, and you're the one rolling dice blind. Her marriage is her backstop. Bills paid, a warm house, neighbors who wave every morning. That cushion means she can sneak out for a thrill without sweating the fallout. She's not sweating rent or who's picking up the tab. She's got that covered at home. You, though? You're all in, checking your phone like a dope, banking on her next hey. She's got the reins, coffee at 2 p.m. if she's free, or radio silence when she's not feeling it. You're stuck pacing, replaying her I'm miserable with him, jealous of a guy mowing her lawn. She decides the when, the where. She'll text, meet me, or ghost you for a week straight. The deeper you wade, the less you steer. She's got a life to protect. You're just a side gig. One day, she's all whispers and heat. Next, she's dodging you like a bill collector. You're left wondering why she's late again, why she's cagey about her weekend plans. She can drop you cold, say her kid's got a game, and poof, you're out of the picture. For her, it's a fling with an off switch. For you, it's a slow bleed you didn't sign up for. The real kick comes when you see it. You're not the main show, never were. She's griping about him over drinks, but she's still folding his laundry come Sunday. You're the guy she sneaks off to, not the one she's building a life with. Harsh, but true. You're stuck with a half-read text thread, a bar tab, and a head full of what the hell. She walks back to her driveway, her dog, her Netflix queue. You're a ghost, she'll shrug off. Stoic lens, brothers. You're betting you're quiet on a woman who's already got her bases covered. She's not sweating tears over you. She's got a system, a fallback, a whole damn setup. You thought you were driving this ride, but she's got the wheel, the map, and the brakes. Real life isn't poetic. She's not leaving her garage for your beat-up couch. You're the fling she controls, not the future she's plotting. She's too smart for that tumble. Maybe you're waiting on a "we're done" from her husband. Meanwhile, she's picking curtains. Every minute you sink deeper, you're handing her the power to yank your chain. She's got her safety net stitched tight. Your heart's the one dangling over the drop. Here's the Stoic play. Don't let her game rattle your cage. Own your corner, not hers. You can't rewrite her script or dodge her rules. Stop chasing her crumbs, man. She's weighed her risks and walks clean. You're the one scraping mud off your boots. Step back, breathe, hold your ground. Peace isn't hers to give or take. It's yours to keep. 4. The hidden patterns of infidelity and the unspoken justifications. Now, let's ease into the murky trails that lead to cheating. It's not some random bolt from the blue. This isn't a snap choice or a big moral flop. It's more like a slow leak from unmet wants. Resentments she won't voice. A quiet itch growing. She's not always after a better man, just a different vibe. It's the pull of the unknown, the nod that she's still got it, the kick of busting out of the daily drag. Those are the engines revving her toward a slip-up, not a headline sin, but a quiet drift. If she's feeling ignored, like the spark's gone cold, she might start fishing for a boost elsewhere. It's not a master plan. It could be a casual chat, a look that hangs a beat too long at the store. Maybe some dude at the gas station says she looks good, and it lands different after years of silence at home. If you two are bickering more, if she's just the dishwasher to you, if the heat's fizzled, the odds climb. Places like girls' nights or a packed bar, booze flowing, guys noticing, turn into cheat central quick. She's sipping a drink, laughing loud, feeling like the girl who used to own the room, not the laundry. Every time she steps into that scene, the line she swore she'd never cross gets blurry fast. Some women didn't marry for love. They picked him because he's a rock, a sure bet against chaos. But steady doesn't always mean sexy, and if he's too soft, too "yes dear," she starts seeing cracks. He's predictable now, pays the bills, mows the lawn, and that safety starts tasting stale. Here's the twist. The more he bends over to keep her smiling, the less she respects him. No respect, no spark. She's not clocking it, but her eyes wander to something rougher. That wild guy she passed up for the safe pick. Suddenly, he's looking like a shot of whiskey. He's trouble, doesn't kiss her ring, makes her pulse jump, everything her marriage forgot how to do. That gap drags her into a fling, not to ditch you, but to feel the heat she's been missing. Cheating's not about "I love you." It's chasing a buzz, a fresh hit, a dodge from the same old. She doesn't just wake up and cheat. It's a slow burn, simmering way before the first touch. It's in her head first, little shifts, how she sees you, how she feels stuck in her own skin. If you miss the smoke, her clipped answers, her late nights out. You're in for a rude wake-up. She's not plotting with a calendar. It's a drift from "we're good" to "I need something else." Those bar lights, that flirty laugh. It's her grabbing the wheel when home feels like a flat tire. A guy who doesn't get this, who misses the quiet signals, gets hit blindsided when it's too late. She's been checked out in her heart long before she's sneaking texts or skipping dinner. Stoic take, guys. This isn't your fault to fix. Her stepping out's her wrestle, not your yoke. You can't glue her wants back in place. They're hers to wrestle, and you're not the referee. She's not evil. She's human, chasing a pulse when the house goes quiet and cold. Bars and booze don't make her cheat. They just light the fuse on what's already smoldering. If she's trading respect for your "sure, babe," she's already half gone, hunting contrast. That bad boy's not her endgame. He's the jolt her steady life can't crank out anymore. You're the roof, the routine. He's the wind, the what if, and she's leaning into it. Here's your play. Don't let her drift, shake your roots. Keep your head up, your ground firm. She's not after a new you, just a feeling, and you can't bottle that for her. The Stoic road says, see it clearly, don't flinch. Her moves don't own your peace. You're not her keeper or her cure. Let her roam, but don't lose your grip on you. She's got her reasons, spoken or not. Your job's staying steady, not chasing her shadow. 5. The silent collapse of a marriage without respect. All right, friends, let's sit with something heavy. The slow unraveling when respect walks out the door. A woman who doesn't respect you doesn't feel tied to loyalty. It's not a side dish, it's the damn plate. Respect holds up trust, promises, and the long haul. Lose it, and she starts seeing you as small. She pegs you as soft, a pushover, someone she could swap out. It's not a loud crash, but a quiet rot. Admiration fades to meh, then sours to scorn. It's a drip that eats away over time. A marriage missing respect is a house with termites. Looks fine till the floor caves in. One big fight, a money snag, or her sneaking off, and the whole thing buckles under the weight. History's littered with guys, big shots, suits, stars, who ignored this and got torched. Their lives blew up, divorce papers, bank accounts gutted, all because she stopped looking up. When respect's gone, faithfulness isn't a duty. Cheating's just the last cough of a sick bond. It's not a lone spark, it's the end game of a decay that started way back, unnoticed. She might stick through a lot, but love can't root where respect's been yanked out. No respect, no loyalty. She's off hunting a fix, something to fill the whole home won't. It might kick off light, a chat at the grocery store, a laugh with the guy fixing her car. But as she sizes you up with a sneer, the walls you built together start crumbling fast. Some guys think a ring's a lock. Vows said, Loyalty's baked in. That's a shaky bet. Marriage doesn't whip up respect or chain down devotion. It's on you to keep it alive. Figure she'll stay just 'cause she signed up. That's missing the raw truth of how people tick. Respect's not a gift. It's earned day in, day out, or you're bleeding what keeps her tied. Let yourself go soft, slack, too cozy, and you're handing her the ticket to drift. She doesn't flip a switch and betray you. It's a crawl from he's great to he's just there. It's letdowns piling up, dreams she buried, a slow wake-up that you're not her hero anymore. If that sits unchecked, if bitterness brews, she's glancing sideways, not planned, just felt. Deep down, she's not tethered. She's free to roam when you don't hold weight in her eyes. Here's the cold cut. A woman who respects you doesn't stray. She values you too much. She knows you're not a dime a dozen, not some schmuck she can shrug off without a thought. But when respect fades, when she sees you as a shadow of the man you were, her anchor lifts. A weak base can't weather a gust. Marriage without respect folds when life kicks hard. Waiting for it to patch itself is a fool's hope. You've got to grab the reins, brother. To pull respect back, you don't beg or bark. You rebuild your own steel and stand tall. It's not about flexing muscle. It's your moves, your grit, your steady hand steering the ship. She won't salute a guy who's checked out on himself. Without that, you're running on fumes. This isn't a fairy tale. It's a grind. And losing her gaze starts when you lose your own. She's not plotting to bolt. She's just done caring when you're a ghost in your own house. Big names learned this the hard way. Headlines screaming when their women walked. Infidelity's the flare-up, but the fire's been dying since she stopped seeing you as solid. You're not her babysitter. Stoic truth says you can't force her to stay locked in. Her respect is her call, not your whip to crack. You don't own her, and you don't fix her. She might flirt at the coffee shop, but that's her chasing wind, not your burden to haul. A storm will shred a shaky frame, same way life tears through a bond with no backbone. Your play's clear. Don't lean on her to prop you up. Plant your feet, hold your worth. She'll feel that shift when you're a man who doesn't bend. Respect flows from your own spine. Stoic as hell, you keep your peace. Her wandering's her path, but you don't lose yours. 6. The illusion of the affair. A man's greatest mistake. Hey pals, let's dig into the shaky ground of a fling with a married woman. It's a trick mirror. She's not out there hunting love. She's ducking the dull hum of her married routine. The same days, same fights, same quiet. She's after a jolt, not a new soulmate. The guy she reels in, often skittish about commitment, drawn to her 'cause she's no strings. She's hitched so it feels easy. Clear lines, low demands, just a quick thrill. He's sold on it. She gets him. This spark's rare. She's here 'cause she wants him bad. That's the first trap he falls for, sipping delusion like it's cold beer on a hot day. At the start, it's fire, secret calls, a rushed hug in the car, every beat amped up. He's cocky, thinks he's running the show. No way he's tripping over his own feet. But emotions don't clock in when you say, soon he's hooked, wanting more than scraps. He's pushing for real dates, not just a sneaky coffee, craving her to call him hers. He leans in and crash. The gig's up. She never planned to trade her life for his. He's not her next chapter, just a breather, a shake against her everyday cage. Ask for more, and she bolts, leaving him like he suggested torching her whole setup. Guys dream big here, think they've lit something her husband can't, that they're her true shot. Reality's leaner. She's not replacing anyone, just sidestepping the same old grind. She won't shred her kids' schedules or face the what happened whispers for him. When it's pick one time, she stays, leaving him clutching hope that's running on fumes. He hangs on, betting she'll see he's better if he sticks it out, proves his worth. Time's no pal here. It just sharpens the truth. He's a detour, not the destination. The affair stretches, and it's clear. He's a footnote, not the guy she builds with. She's got her house, her routines. He's left with a dead phone and a why me stare. When it fades, he's got zilch. No promises, no anchor, just a hollowed-out buzz. He's a side plot in her saga, not the lead. Her curtains close, and he's off stage. Stoic take, pals. This mess is your misstep if you buy in. She's not your win. She's not sketching a life with you, just dodging dishes, not drafting your future. You're not her night or her new dawn. Her rebellion's got a shelf life, and you're on it. She's weighed the cost. Her porch beats your chaos, and you're not tipping that scale. Your play's simple. Don't chase her flicker. Stand firm. Keep your own fire stoked. She's got her road, her rules. You don't rewrite it, so don't lose yourself chasing. Stoic grit says, see it plain, hold your spot. Her dance isn't your piece to lose. 7. The final truth about relationships and self-respect. Okay, buddies, let's settle into the hard facts about relationships and what keeps you standing tall. Respect is either there day one or it's a ghost. Nobody hands it over after coffee and a plea. You can't beg it back with flowers or years of yes dear. It's baked in or it's gone for good. If she didn't see your spine when you met, no amount of bending over fixes that now. Marriage isn't a magic wand. It doesn't patch a shaky start. It just shines a light on the cracks. She doubted your grit early. She'll poke it harder later, expecting you to fetch her slippers. A guy who thinks love papers over disrespect is kidding himself. It's just resentment on a slow boil. Cheating lays folks bare, more than their I'd never promises over a beer at the bar. Some slip 'cause they're shaky, fishing for a "you're enough" from a stranger's smile. Others, they cheat 'cause it's Tuesday, old habits they never planned to kick anyway. Why's less key than what is, a weak moment or a life groove? Either way, it's done. If she'd respected you, she wouldn't have rolled the dice on losing you. Believe that. Trust's the same deal. It's whole or it's toast. No duct tape's bringing it back from the curb. Spotting trouble early isn't sour grapes. It's you not screwing yourself down the line. Ignore her snide digs or late-night errands for love. You're her doormat, easy as that. She'll tug you whichever way suits her. Your heart's a yo-yo till you're dizzy and broke. Drawing lines isn't about bossing her. It's keeping your own ship from sinking. A man who knows his worth doesn't swallow disrespect or a wandering eye. He steps clear. She might nudge those edges, but deep down she digs a guy who doesn't budge an inch. Strength's not gritting through her crap. It's walking out the door when it stinks. She's got skin in this too. If the bed's cold, she's got to pick, fix it, or pack it up. Chasing a quick buzz, some guy at the gym dodges the real mess, but it piles up later. It's simple to say, "I deserve this," over a third glass of wine, until the bill comes due. Life's no rough draft. Spill ketchup on a shirt, it stains. Screw up here, it sticks for years. That's men and women both. One dumb night can echo louder than a slammed door. Relationships boil down to picks, honor or shrug off, straight talk or lies, stay or split. Lean on a fleeting feels good, and you'll be nursing a hangover that doesn't quit. Look past the now, think what lands when the dust settles and you dodge the bleed. A guy who gets this doesn't grovel or chase her car down the street for scraps. He stands steady, knows the right one, clocks his value without a sales pitch every dinner. That's the man who pulls respect and loyalty, not for a weekend, but for the long haul. Real talk. She's not switching teams 'cause you forgot the trash. She's bored or done. The Stoic angle says you don't fix her compass. Her north is hers, and you're not the needle. You've seen buddies tank it, pleading stay while she's texting some dude from work. Infidelity's the billboard, but the road's been bumpy since she stopped buying your backbone. Settle for her half-assed sorry, and you're the sucker still mowing her lawn post-split. Your move's real. Don't let her wobble shake you. Root down. Keep your own lights on. She'll test. She'll twist. But a man who respects himself doesn't flop for her whims. That's the Stoic clincher. You're not her project. Hold your frame. Let her figure her own math. Hey mates, marriage is a spotlight, showing what's real in you and her. It's no fairy dust deal that guarantees loyalty or stops a knife in the back. It turns up the volume. What's strong, what's wobbly, it all plays out. When the thrill dips, some chase a buzz elsewhere. Others stay true, not 'cause the law says, but 'cause they see a man worth holding close. Guys, this is your map. Pretend love's a wall against straying, and you're sleepwalking into a wreck. Build your backbone, know your lines. It's your shield from getting tangled in quicksand. Ladies, you're in it too. If the fire's out, look hard. Mend it or move. Don't sneak around. The fact is, every call you make lands. Grabbing fast fun over solid roots flops more than it flies. Keep it clear, keep it honest. That's how you craft something that doesn't crack easily. This isn't a downer, it's a nudge to grab your reins and ride steady through the storm. You're built for more than chasing tails. Pick your fights, and the chaos shrinks to a whisper. What's your story, mates? Caught this at a poker night or a quiet coffee gone sour? Hit the comments, drop a spark, a comeback, something that cracked open for you. Let's spark some good vibes, smack that. Like if this hits home, it keeps the wheels turning. Subscribe for the ride. More raw talks like this to keep your compass sharp are coming. You're not just here, you're stacking bricks for a stronger run, one choice at a time. Here's to owning your worth, dodging the pits and building up. Raise a glass, brothers.